Okay, here we go again. Supports for hire, Tassadar. This is going to be my third attempt at doing something. I'll tell you more in a second about the last two matches. Last two games. Okay, this is my third try at a Tassadar game. First one went horribly with a Cho'Gall Butcher Stitches. That was bad on Infernal Shrines. Next one was Infernal Shrines again, but we were up by 3 levels and then we wound up feeding and doing dumb crap. So then we wound up losing that match. So hopefully this is one I can actually use. Because you don't want to show matches that are terrible. You can show losses, but you don't show like lame stuff. That doesn't help. Okay, so my team is Tracer, Malthael, Illidan, Tassadar, Butcher. I can actually help this team a lot. The way this works. Against the Silence Nazevo, Tyrande, Abathur, Genji, Zeratul. So, okay, I should actually be with Tracer. Shouldn't Mal be the solo? Malthael's gonna have kind of some trouble here because he doesn't really have Tracer. Why are you following him? Okay. So for like my third time today, this is Tassadar. Tassadar is, when you think duo support, he is the choice. Because when you select him as a duo support, you don't fall off in damage. The way he builds now, he actually becomes an assassin later on when he chooses to want. So that comes from Templar's Will. Templar's Will, once I get 30 seconds of holding my laser beam on a hero, it increases the damage by 125%. After 60 seconds, its range increases by one more minion, I think. That's like the bracket of... One sec, I have to clear out these Abathur mines. That's not my fastest thing to do. Okay. So we wound up doing fairly well in that mega. Okay, so Tassadar is... Well, if you haven't seen him before, his Q ability is you cast a shield on somebody. The shield has lifesteal built in. The lifesteal will get... It actually had a buff and a talent that gave 90% lifesteal, but they were like, okay, that's a little too much. So they reined it back to 75%. For... Oh shit, this is total mind build. For my W ability, it's this little lightning field that I cast upon the ground. And then I have my E, which is my dimensional shift that I will use to save my life. Because I will need to use it. Okay. I'm just trying to do as much damage as I can to this. I guess, because it's not in... My toolbar keeps appearing when I slide down, which feels bad. That usually doesn't do that, but okay. So Tassadar, like he tends to get better as the game goes along, which most people do. But wow, okay, we're just dropping like flies. That's not good. Do we want lifesteal? Yeah, sure, why not? Because we do have Tracer needs it. Although armor probably isn't a bad choice either. So we'll get this easy. Just clear that out relatively quick. I guess Illidan is gonna go be our solo. I have to remain with this. Is Abathur doing full mine build? Yes, he is. So that's gonna suck later on. We actually have a pretty good race compared to them because they'll actually have to use Zeratul to attack it. Speaking of Zeratul, there he is. So we'll just keep on beaming. So Tassadar, of course, is regular. Before, the beam was actually something you had to talent into to get, but they changed it now. So that's his basic attack. Before, he used to just like lob little energy balls at people. Well, that went well. I was thinking of something, then I was like, please don't die. So couldn't save him. I need this to make me feel better. Let's get this. Yeah, okay, I'll get mental acuity. That way I can have my Oracle off cooldown more. And that's what my D trait is. It's called Oracle. It gives you vision and it reveals invisible targets. It's a very, very useful skill. And I've actually fought against Nova and Zeratul all 3 games that I've played as Tassadar today. Haven't gone the way I wanted it to any of the times. Hopefully this is different. Illidan just got whacked. I can get up there. Cast this to help him with his health problem. I think this butcher has control over himself, unlike some butchers who will just be like, I'm just gonna go in. So that's helpful. So Tassadar, okay, so I never played the alpha version of Heroes, but they said like the alpha version, if you were to actually use Twilight Archon, then you would be able to like attack across like 2 screens over. Just like the range was amazing. So of course they took that out. Now it's just a very dumbed down version of that. Of course, just like most Switch stuff, it was like wall was the way to go before, but then as the metas ebb and flow, you have switches, and then it's more about Twilight unless you're built not the Twilight Archon, but the Archon itself. Twilight's the upgrade at level 20 that you take, but you take it for the damage. You take Force Wall. Force Wall is not entirely out, just because you take Force Wall if you want to do like isolation stuff. Okay then. Yeah, I would like to attack this. Please and thank you. Illidan is... I hope he's trying to get us to 10. Because if he's just... We're going in, aren't we? Uh-oh. Shield wasn't off cooldown. I think he resigned to his death. These fucking mines. Okay, there's Gargi, so he's not gonna move from that position. I have to get the hell away. I have to get a sip really quickly. Luckily, it's off cooldown. So oh, X-Blade. Oh, okay. I guess the Zeratul is because the Zeratul and him queued up, so they're gonna do like X-Blade with the Void Prison combo. At least that's gonna be the plan, I would think. No mines?
The gates of heaven shall lie in ruins beneath my feet.
That always feels good when your support gets a thanks. Yo, remember, just thank your supports. And tip your waitresses. Might as well give him some lifesteal to take this down. But against our team, Gargi is actually probably going to hurt them. Because Butcher can heal off of it, and then whoever has my shield is also going to be able to heal off of it. Oh, man, he was just walled. I'm dead. I think I'm dead. No, got away. I didn't even want to hazard to guess what was going on over there. There's no wave, so Abathur can't cheese me. They're gonna step in mines and probably die. Yeah. Walking through mid is probably too deadly with all the mines. Reduce basic ability, cool. You know what? Let's try a Dune's Wisdom. What? Oh, because my vision was still on. That's why he was able to chase her even though she went invisible. Okay. Wow, so technically we're fighting against like 3 invises. It's kind of a weird coincidence that I've played Tassadar 3 matches and I've had like invisible people in every single match. It's kind of a really weird coincidence. As I take down Zebro. Might as well. Okay. So yeah, this is just straight auto attack. Even though I'm kind of building so when my Oracle's on, my cooldowns for my other abilities come up. I just need to be able to cast shield much more frequently. Now we get this done. Is Tracer still dueling him? Oh, she's just doing that. So, and then we get in our shamans. That's what happens when you leave your shamans alone. They will get the key. Okay, good. They cleared. Well, not good for us, but good they cleared them out because then we had time. And because my quest finished, I get my oracles back every 15 seconds. That's why I'm able to pop it so frequently because I took that. Oracle increases basic attack damage. I do have synergy by doing that. I think I may wind up doing that. Because Oracle does kind of come free. Bad thing is there's no gloves or nothing. Oh, I cannot take another arrow. Sadly, we probably could have done more if we had a real healer, but I just don't got it. Oh, I got a sippy though. Now Genji found him. Yeah, he got lammed. Avenged. Transform and roll out. Stupid movement speed slow. didn't make it. Damn it. We somehow made it out of that. And I got Tracer to full health with that. Why does it do that? That's weird. Should get back to full health after hitting this thing a couple times. Just trying not to hit the bottom of my stuff. Okay. So me and Malthael should be able to... Tracer's just going crazy. I gotta go back. I don't want to... I need to heal, like, ultra bad. We may actually be able to get that down before. Okay, so here is my dilemma. Do I take Prismatic Link or do I take Twilight Archon? You can go for either. Although for this team, I feel like we need Shield Battery. Because Shield Battery actually makes them get one of my special shields on them. And I think that's more worth right now. Also, Archon kind of saved my life there. I gotta get out of this. Gotta get closer. And winner, winner. Yeah, wound up getting it. Damn. It's about time. Exactly. God damn. And I got MVP. 18% healing. Oh my god. That just makes me roll my eyes. Ugh. I could have played way better as Tassadar. It's just I'm kind of out of practice with him too. He's not really like I usually play main support, so he's usually not main support. I just like to add. So I'll show you guys my talents, and then I'll talk a little more about stuff that went on. That was actually probably one of the better teams that Tassadar could have been put with in Quick Match, because Butcher can use the shield very well, Illidan can use it, and Tracer can use it for the lifesteal. So that was able to heal them, to keep them upright. It also helped, and Tracer Tassadar is the combo. Thankfully, Genji went X-Blade and not Dragon Blade. Just because Dragon Blade is just so strong the way it is right now. Even though they decrease him a bit, he's still a scary, scary thought. So I went for Templar's Will. That's the usual auto attack Tassadar stuff. The more you attack stuff, the more damage you'll do, and the farther you can attack. It's just that one additional minion if you complete all 60 seconds. Then here at Call's Embrace, I went with the Lifesteal because that's what you take. You have like base Lifesteal, but this just makes it better. Although sometimes you can kind of swap in, and it of course it always matters upon the matchups, but you can take like armor when it comes to, well, maybe we could have probably gotten away with armor here. For mental acuity, this was I needed to have this up as much as I possibly could because of Zeratul, and we were getting picks. It's a very pick heavy team, so I wasn't worried about that. Archon, I needed Archon for survivability, and so I can. If you use your E and then you Archon, you get an automatic refresh on your E. So that's always a nice trick to have up your sleeve, but it just gives you better survivability to have. Then I was just building totally with my trade in hand, because then it was it's wisdom, so my ability cooldowns were better. So I was able to use my shielding way more in those fights, and then while active, my basic attacks against heroes deal additional 1% of target's magical health. So that's what the focus beam did, and then into the shield battery. Now for level 20. Well, even for level 16, it's like if they have tanks, you can take the physical armor. And it's like here, if you're fearing for your life, you take Deep Shift. But I took Adune's Wisdom because it had synergy with my mental acuity. So here, it really depends. You usually want to upgrade your ultimate, but then if you can get lots of spread damage with Prismatic Link if it just bounces and rebounds off of 3 different targets. Then there's Shield Battery. Shield Battery I took because we didn't have another healer, and this is an untalented plasma shield, but then it's still a plasma shield from you, because that's what your ability is, where you give them a plasma shield. It's just it makes that team better, because then they all get one. They don't have the 75% lifesteal, but they still have the basic. It's better to have some than none, at least in that case. Okay, so out of the supports, I've covered Lily, I've covered Stukov, who was nerfed. That build that I showed was actually nerfed, but it still works. So next on the list, I probably gotta get back to my roots, quite literally. I'll see you guys in the next support for hire.